Hey everybody, One of Weedsum here. It is 3:50 a.m., pretty much 4 o'clock here, Friday the 11th of October. As you know, SWAP Force comes out Sunday, October 13th here in the U.S. Very big day, extremely excited for it. If you've watched some of my pool table type videos, you've likely heard me mention that I am going to be extremely busy in and around the time of the SWAP Force launch. Big thing there, I've got a huge car show. I'm really heavily involved, and it is consuming pretty much my entire life at this point. It goes down Saturday. That's also the release date for Pokemon X and Y. SWAP Force course next day, midnight type stuff going on. Compounding the problem with 3DS is right here. There is the first ever fishing tournament on the year for me in Animal Crossing. For those of you playing Animal Crossing, if you've put the game down for a while, this Saturday will be a fishing tournament. I think Monday is Explorers Day or something, kind of like a spin-off on Columbus Day. Funny thing, the Nintendo, or I guess it was Animal Crossing Twitter account, actually put it out this past Monday, the 7th. That's a completely side note there, though. What this is going to be is kind of like a hodgepodge channel update, blog update, kind of all-in-one type deal. The car show, again, goes down Saturday. Once it is wrapped up and done, I may head to town and see if I can't pick up. I've ordered my first ever Pokemon game. Pokemon Y, did that so I could potentially play with my nephew. Not sure how much of that I'll be doing. Priority for me then becomes Sunday. I'm going to have a lot I have to do from the car show, but I can kind of swing that Monday, Tuesday type deal. So Sunday, SWAP Force Day, I don't have a midnight release. Walmarts around here, I'll be honest, they kind of suck. And by that, I mean they don't time things well. You could be in there at midnight and want to buy the game, and a lot of times, nobody's in electronics. You track down a manager. They can't find somebody. They won't know where it is in the back, or they just don't care. It turns into a nightmare, and that can often carry over into the next day. That does vary store to store, some better, some worse. But my Toys R Us, I know a lot of people are going to go there at midnight. Not an option for me. That's probably the same position 95% of the country is in, outside of like large metropolitan areas. If you even have a Toys R Us, not opening at midnight for me. It's going to be one of those Sunday morning things. I'm going to cover, I guess I can do that now, my plan for SWAP Force. What I plan to do. Pre-ordered, of course, the Dark Edition starter pack from GameStop. That will be my last stop. What I plan to do, I potentially may try a Walmart. It's going to depend how tired I am. But I'll stroll in there. I'll see if they've got Enchanted Hoot Loop. That's kind of big on the list there. Not sure if I'm going to go for the Magic Triple Pack or not. The big thing, the draw to that is regular Star Strike. She's currently not available outside of that. Downside, if you pick up the Magic Triple Pack, it kind of kills your options of purchasing Triple Packs 1 and 2 without already having duplicates. And the issue I have with that, Eruptor, he's got the special in the 3DS. We've got a Dark Slobbertooth. We're going to have Legendary Zulu. A lot of the characters are kind of going to overlap already. But essentially, might try Walmart at midnight, but Sunday morning, my first stop, probably going to be... Okay, so fittingly, the batteries died, but my first stop probably going to be Target. Why? Last year, I went in there, it was actually, I believe, I might have gone in after Toys R Us last year on Giants Day. Went in there were 2 Granite Crushers left. I bought them both, one for myself, you can see them right there, and one for my nephew. My local Target never had Granite Crusher again. If they did, I did not see him. It went to scalpers or employees or something crazy, or they just legitimately never had him. He did surface a few times online. A couple times I was out of town. I found him at other Targets, usually in fairly good stock, but my local one did not happen. Don't know that it'll be too big of a deal, because the way that it's honestly the way they packaged this deal. But what Target has that's special, in addition, on the blog I posted, their super starter bundle thing. Check into that if you need Scarlet and Genie. And more importantly, if you're into the cards, that might actually be a good deal. And if you missed out on Light Core Hex, I would basically recommend that if you're a card collector or you're picking it up for, your kids or someone for Christmas on down the road. That would be a really nice way to get into it. But what Target has that's going to be exclusive and special that we want to go for is Nitro Magna Charge. And of course, it's kind of an alt deco version of Magna Charge, a Swap Force character. Consensus from, what everyone's seen on the Target website is Magna Charge looks way better than Nitro. Nitro is supposed to have, a speed attribute that bumps them up significantly, I guess, over regular Magna Charge. It's kind of yellow. I guess they're going for nitromethane look, But, the bottom line is he's an exclusive, he's a spin-off, makes him desirable. Only downside, you can't buy them individually. They've done a double pack. Going to be packaged with Free Ranger and Rattleshake. Problem I have with that is Free Ranger and Rattleshake are in the 3DS starter pack, which I'm picking up. That means you're already back into duplicates. What I plan to do, and my logic is simple, I actually like the legendaries. At Toys R Us, I hope to pick up Legendary Free Ranger. If I've got Free Ranger from the 3DS starter pack and Legendary Free Ranger, that's 2 Free Rangers. So, my logic is on the Target double pack, I want to go for the one with Rattleshake. You've got a choice of Nitro Magna Charge with Free Ranger or NMC with Rattleshake. I'm going to go the Rattleshake route. He very well could have a spin-off character later on down the road. We just don't know right now. But for the time being, I feel like that's the best bang for the buck. And in my case, based on what I've seen with everything Target's had recently, Granite Crusher, Jade Flashwing, I just feel good about making that my first stop. Second stop is going to be Toys R Us, namely because they're really close together. What do I plan to do at Toys R Us? I'm going to go in and I'm basically just going to get the legendaries there. Why am I doing that? Because when they're not on sale, they cost $1 more. So some people justify it as a convenience. I'm going to GameStop anyway. Might hit up Walmart, Target's right there. I will walk and not pay the $1. That's just my logic. But again, big draw Toys R Us is the legendaries. Plan to pick those up. Let's see here. Still not 100% sure what I'll do in terms of the triple packs, but I'm not going to pay the extra $1. To their credit, and I say it all the time, Toys R Us has some of the best sales. Catch there is their sales, and on launch day, they're probably not going to have much going in terms of knocking prices off, so keep that one in mind. But I know, again, a lot of people prefer Toys R Us. They can just do one shop stop and be done or something. A lot of people go from Toys R Us to Toys R Us in their towns. What I like to remind people, I live in a relatively rural area, fortunate enough to have a Toys R Us in our area. If I don't like this store, I've got to drive several hours. It's not across town, it's not 2 miles away. I know in the Northeast, everybody just, assumes everywhere is like that. You can just go to the other Best Buy, the one 10 minutes away from your house. Wake up call for everyone west of that area, and then of course, inboard of the West Coast. You don't have that. Again, you're lucky to have one option, let alone several in your town. So I think a lot of times people are unaware of that. The same thing, with people not having the stores open at midnight type thing. Toys R Us though will be the second stop. Maybe there will be something cool. Of course, everywhere I go, I will be looking for variants. Don't know what they would be. Could see flocked, could see silvers, golds, metallics. Who the heck knows at this point in time? But small chance they could be out there. The good news on launch day, employees, if they're not well versed in Skylanders, they might be looking for a purple metallic like you see on Wrecking Ball back there. It could be something a little subtle. Maybe it doesn't stand out. Maybe they don't know it doesn't look right. Maybe they're in a crunch to get the stock out and don't really have time to, survey the boxes or something. So this is a good chance on launch day for the hardcore fans to kind of see what's out there and maybe get lucky, pick up a variant that we won't know about until you actually pick it up from the store. So that's always exciting on day one. From Toys R Us, the plan is to go to GameStop if I don't get up there to pick up my copy of Pokemon Y. Of course, I'll do that. Dark Edition starter pack there. I've got a lot of friends there. They take pretty good care of me. May wind up doing the triples and single characters there. Not 100% sure. In the event that I did not make it to a Walmart at midnight, which would be awesome because they're less crowded and have fewer people, I will probably venture into one, even though I don't really want to. After that, Barnes & Noble. Why? There's a 20% off coupon. I plan to print it at work tomorrow. Run in the store. I'm going to pick up the collector's edition of the strategy guide. It's actually a hardcover. They've got a really good price. It's about on par with Amazon. $5 cheaper than Walmart, $10 cheaper than GameStop. Plan to go ahead and go that route just because I'm kind of a fan of them. I don't really use them for the gameplay. I kind of like to keep things new. But the information on the characters is really cool. May also, with 256 combinations, might be nice to kind of have a foreshadow there. Not sure if I'll use it or not, but I kind of like having the artwork and, like I say, mainly the information on the characters and stories, insights, things like that. Also, one of the little novels, I think it's the one with Gilgrunt, Mask of Power, I think. Can't remember the exact title of this one. It's been out on Kindle for forever, or I guess not Kindle, but Amazon. It'll actually should be out, I believe, that day. So I'm going to try to swing that one. Then I guess it will be to the pool table. Here at the pool table, we'll be doing some unboxings. That said, I will have an unboxing up for you. It's kind of off limits until 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern, whatever your time zone may be, since I've covered them all, 6 for those of you in the mountains. Activision, good folks there have been kind enough, they're going to send one over. Don't have it yet, so I'm not holding anything back from you, but should have one coming, and that will be what I'll actually get to upload or reveal. I guess I'll have it scheduled to go live at 7 my time. So you can check that out. If you get up early, you kind of want to see a feel or get the poster or something along those lines. So that will cover the Wii U. I believe that's what they're sending. I don't really know since it's not here. But should be pretty cool. That'll give me a chance to actually record that ahead of time, probably tonight or Saturday night. And may go in and do like a chapter or two. I have a friend from Austin up here. If possible, I will try to have her play Chapter 1 co-op with me or something. That's always been a big request. Don't really get a lot of opportunities, again, to play with someone else. Funny story, I talked so much about Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure back in the day, to my friend. She would go and I'd, hey, you live somewhere I don't. Do you see this character? Or hey, these are supposed to be surfacing. Have you seen them in your area? She actually got so into it, she actually picked up the game for herself. So that was kind of interesting. But that'll be pretty cool. Again, can't really release anything on that until 7 a.m. So we'll see what happens. If I'm able to say land Enchanted Hoot Loop or something, I can actually go ahead and unbox that. Again, not going to put any gameplay or screen cap. It would just literally be pool table, figure, the drill. That's pretty much my day one plan. And then, of course, once I'm home Sunday, I've unboxed, editing, and uploading. I'll probably be playing the game. That'll be pretty cool. Sunday night, Cowboys, Redskins. Do plan to do that. I'll probably, it's going to be a lot to unbox. So to kind of double time it, I will probably have the game on and be editing and uploading some of the unboxings for you. And then after the Cowboys and Redskins, by gosh, I will be playing SWAP Force all night. So hopefully it's one of those things, there will be enough characters out that I can kind of progress through the game. Plans on SWAP Force, that might take me a while to outline. This is already a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I haven't really covered what I wanted to. Probably should have stuck to my plan, which is right here. But I'll outline that coming up for you. Gonna try something different. Maybe the third time will be the chime. I think everyone will like it. More on that later. That said, on the blog, oneofweezem.com, I have posted 3 brand new polls, and we've had 3 of them that have recently closed. If you recall, a while back I did Skylanders Spyro's Adventure versus Skylanders Giants. Basically, which game do you prefer better? I did one for the console versions and one for the 3DS. Console version came in 215 votes, I believe. Broke down 60% to 39%. It fell in favor of Giants. They had 130 votes for the Giants version, 85 votes for Spyro's Adventure. On the console, I'm going to go SSA. It was the first one. I'm a little partial. I get nostalgic about things, tend to stick to my guns. For me, I feel like the levels were a little bit more memorable. I feel like the in-game characters were more memorable. Big fan of the original 32, in particular the 8 Castaways. That's why I do so much with them. Probably have more content with those guys than anybody. Just really, that's a game that started it all. I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. Really wasn't a huge change in things in Giants, but you had T-Bone, General Robot, Arbo, the fireworks, even though the Weapon Master glitch was in there. Just really, I had a really good time with that game. Like I said, it's kind of like Super Mario World for me. I could see 15 years down the road, I could plug in SSA. I'm still going to have a great time with it. That's my justification. On the 3DS side, cool thing here, it had 141 votes. Obviously much less than 215, but what I like about that, people that say don't have a 3DS probably abstain from voting. Why is that cool? Because it doesn't sway things. It doesn't change them. They prefer Giants on the console. It'd be easy to come in and assume you'd do the same on the 3DS, but luckily, people probably thought, hey, I hadn't played him, I can't vote. So appreciate little things like that, even though it's fewer votes. That said, same outcome on this one, roughly the same percentages. It was 63 to 36% in favor of Giants, or of the 141 votes, 89 of you prefer Giants, 52 prefer SSA. I will be honest, I played SSA on the 3DS pretty much all the way through. Giants I've spent very little time on. One of the issues for me on the 3DS, I don't like to haul the Skylanders around. That's why SWAP Force for the 3DS is going to be huge. At E3, I think I was the only person that got, I might have been the only one that paid attention to it, period, but I was definitely the most excited. I'd play the 3DS a ton. If you want me to bust open Animal Crossing and my daily logs, I can prove that to you. But SWAP Force 3DS, that inventory thing is going to be huge. Basically, your entire collection can go in there, ease of access. You can do the swaps on the bottom screen, going to be killer. Speaking of killer, I feel like that's what kills Giants on this for me. I have played it, I think, twice for a few minutes at a time. Reason for that, it's kind of if I'm here, I like to be playing the console. It's when I'm kind of on the go or laying in bed or something, I want to do this. And if I need to switch, it's man, if you have either game, you can probably relate to it. If that burns you out on them, pick up SWAP Force. You will not regret it. That bottom screen for your inventory of characters will change everything. It's going to be a big, big asset. Probably the biggest improvement. A lot of people cite graphics, on the console version. If I had to pick one big thing, I'm going with the inventory on that. Again, only applies to 3DS people, but if you've been there, done that, you will definitely appreciate it. Because of that, the little bit that I did play Giants, I really liked it. It's been very limited. but it had a nice flow to it. I kind of liked, like the path progression type thing. So it is very skewed. I played a lot of the SSA 3DS, not much at all of the Giants on the 3DS. I'll say Giants for now. Other reason I didn't play much was looking into getting the ability to capture it. If I did that, I didn't want to have played it. I wanted it to be fresh past basically that first chapter or 2 stages I did or something. Still looking into that. I've been extremely busy, and may happen at some point in time, so I will keep you posted there. Next poll, Swap Force related. Which of the console starter packs are you planning on picking up? We had 190 total votes. Had choices of standard and dark. 66 votes for standard, 80 votes for dark. Again, people on the blog probably a little bit more progressive fans than your like regular garden variety Skylander fans. Probably where you see that discrepancy. If you're thinking, hey, that didn't add up to 190, that's because I had a third option, which was both. This is going to be for the really hardcore people. The people that say, man, I don't just want to have the dark version of this character, I've got to have regular. Whatever the logic is, 44 did that, which is pretty impressive. That's, of course, what I'm doing. So, you can count me in on that mix there. Next one I did related specifically to the GameStop exclusive Dark Edition Swap Force starter pack. Basically took the 5 characters that's included and I said, hey, which one is your favorite? Had 189 votes on this one, which is pretty much right in line with what we saw on the votes for the console starter. The way this one panned out, Dark Slobbertooth, top dog, 60 votes or 31%, basically a third of the vote. That is pretty dadgum impressive. Dark Blast Zone came in second, 44 votes. Third place was Dark Washbuckler at 34. These are all really close. I mean, second to last. Fourth was Dark Mega Ram Spyro with 26 votes, and literally right behind him, Dark Ninja Stealth Elf at 25 votes. So between Stealth Elf at the bottom with 25 and Blast Zone, that was 19 votes. Fifth and third had a difference of 9. But again, what was most impressive is its Dark Slobbertooth, if you will, Dark Slobbertooth, of course. Took roughly 1/3 of the votes there. That again, very, very impressive on his end. Also of interest, if you know Dark Slobbertooth, Dark Blast Zone, Dark Washbuckler, the brand new guys, of course Slobbertooth, regular character, and then the 2 swappers, all outpaced Series 3 versions, so kind of interesting there. That wraps up basically the 3 polls that recently closed. When I did the Castaways vs. Newlanders Stage 2, the latest rendition of it, told you I was going to put some new blogs up. I haven't gotten to do jack to promote them yet, really. Or polls, I should say, not a blog. But basically what I did, there's 3 of them. If you go down through Castaways vs. Newlanders, keep scrolling down. It gets kind of long because there's a lot of choices, but I did the first one. Which is your most anticipated Skylanders SWAP Force character? This, of course, relates to the 16 SWAP Force characters. I may leave this open a while because the thing is, a lot of people are going to get it on launch day. There's also going to be a lot of y'all that probably have to wait until maybe a birthday or Christmas. So if you do get the game and say that you were looking forward to Washbuckler and then you absolutely hate him, or you thought he was going to be great and then you're just blown away with Blast Zone, please don't change your vote. Leave it at anticipation. So if I extend this poll out until maybe Christmas or New Year's or something, like I said, just kind of do it like it's intended. If you haven't gotten the game yet and you're planning on getting it, who's your most anticipated? I might close it or document it at different intervals to kind of account for characters not being out or going to be released or being pushed, on like the Boomcast or something. But it's had a lot of people asking me. If I had to just run through this, bear in mind I've skimmed the character bios, some of them. Some I haven't had time to look at. I think I've watched like 2 of the videos outside of, the stuff that Activision sent out. Reason for that, again, I like to do things blind. I want this to be new and exciting and fresh when I experience it and record it in game. Whatever I'm thinking and feeling and seeing, that's what I relay to you. And for me, if I watch videos ahead of time and kind of have a feel for the powers and whatnot, it kind of kills it for me. So that's just my personal preference. But if I had to go through Boomjet, if you watched anything I've done, I've said he looks like an awesome, kind of like a Mega Man Bombardier. Doomstone, I'm a big fan of Earth Element. He just looks really cool to me. I'm also going to say Night Shift. I've seen so much of Hoot Loop and it looks awesome. Night Shift shares the same abilities, the teleport. And got to see some of him at E3. And I was actually filming the Wii U gameplay, some of it that W Drums did, and I got to see some of the Night Shift stuff. It was really, really cool. Spyro, I'm just going to say that he was at E3 under a glass container. There, we got to see him, got to kind of see what he looked like. Couldn't play him. We've yet to really see anything released on him, and just kind of the makeup of him and kind of what I anticipate someone named Spyro might have. I just think he'd be a fun character. Next one, I've had a few of y'all tell me you're excited about him as well. Trap Shadow. Just looks like he's going to be a very powerful, kind of menacingly cool character. Kind of like a magical slam bam type vibe I kind of pick up from him. Next poll relates similarly, basically, which of the brand new Skylanders in SWAP Force are you most looking forward to? That, of course, is your regular size, essentially your SWAP Force Newlanders, if you will. If you recall, I've mentioned this several times. Had to take the video down. Couldn't release some of the stuff that I'd seen on leaks and posters and whatnot. But I told everyone, I said, hey, Earth Element's going to be well taken care of. One half of that was Slobbertooth. The other half was Scorp. Scorp is going to be my most anticipated SWAP Force Newlander. Another one I've been intrigued by. I finally got to see some cool stuff on him. He'll have a light core coming out. Countdown. I'm excited to see Boomer. Lovable loser Boomer down there. Countdown's kind of akin to him. Just looks like he's going to be a blast. That's kind of a poor choice of words, but I just think he's going to be fun. He kind of reminds me of a California Raisin. That probably means nothing to 95% of you hearing that, but look it up if you need to. That was a show that was on when I was a little kid, but I just think he's going to be fun. Others that caught my eye initially, Starstrike. Big reason for that at E3 when I was talking to the developers. Really pushed her, made her sound cool, looked awesome, her light core pose. Grim Creeper. Usually, you can't really go wrong with the undead. I'm a big Ghost Roaster Fright Rider fan. Kind of like Chop Chop, too. So, looks like he's going to be a lot of fun. Gonna say Smolder Dash. Haven't really seen much on her. The figure looks interesting. I just think she's got the potential to bring something unique to the table. She'll have regular and light core versions. Last one, Riptide. That was my guy. He's somebody I've seen the character on. I refrained from reading the bios or watching videos or anything. I just think he looks like he's going to be a lot of fun, kind of bring something unique. Him and Punk Shock, I believe. Kind of look male-female counterparts in the water element, but I think Riptide looks like he's going to be a lot of fun to play with. Last one, SWAP Force. We're going to have some light core characters. I believe we're going to have 8 of them, outside of maybe like any spin-offs, like Legendary, Light Core, Grim Creeper, etc. Just sticking to the core characters there. What I'm going to say, my second most anticipated is going to be Countdown. It looks like they might make the bomb part of him or his head light up red. I feel like that's going to give off really good light, which is a big thing I look for in light core. Number 2, I think is going to look awesome. Hopefully that's what they do. It's what makes the most sense. It matches the illustrations I've seen on him. My number 1 most anticipated light core, I'm going to go with Warnado. As you recall, back in SSA, Warnado, I stuck to my guns. I said, hey, when I unboxed SSA, one of the first people to do it. Busted out the poster, got to go through all the characters, because at the time we didn't know them. I said, hey, that little turtle on the tornado, I think I'm going to like him. And I've stuck true to my guns, so that's when I'm going to go down that route. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I didn't intend to do my day one plans at the start of the video, but I did, so I don't really have to cover them. Just to kind of recap those. Might do midnight. Issue is really the employees at Walmart not getting stock out and then having to deal with them trying to find it. Might be a deal. I'll run in the store if they don't have it out. I might just, chat or something. However, if they're desolate, I might stick around so I don't have to jack with it Sunday morning. So that may be an option Saturday night at midnight. Sunday, I'm going to go to Target. My logic there, I want to pick up that Nitro Magna Charge double pack with Rattleshake. My logic there is the Free Ranger one. I'm going to have him from 3DS just like Rattleshake, but there's Legendary Free Ranger at my next stop, which is Toys R Us. I plan to pick him and Zulu up, both in Legendary form. Then I'm heading off to GameStop. Like I said, they've taken good care of me there. I've got my Dark Edition starter pack reserved. I've got the 3DS version reserved. Big reason for that, number one, you're guaranteed to get him. Number two, Light Core Hex. We'll finally have that 8th Light Core figure for the Giants. Guess I'll get 2 of those 2 starter packs. I'll probably just go ahead and pick up, I could do it at Walmart too though. Somewhere along the line I'm definitely, tomorrow or Sunday I should say, gonna get the Tower Time AP Fiery Forge Battle Pack. Stoked about that one, of course. My favorite character, Terrapin, he's back, Series 3 knockout form. Can't go wrong with that one. Bumble Blast, I'm excited to see. I think he reminds me a lot of like a Zook hybrid. I'm a big fan of him as well. I still feel he's tremendously underappreciated. But Tower Time, I'm not sure how I feel about Popthorn, aka Gastroid, for people who still think that's his name. But I am excited about the Adventure Pack level. Adds something to the game, and more importantly, from the screenshots I've seen, which I have seen quite a few on it, looks like it could be an interesting level, so I'm excited about that one. Again, I'm still not 100% sure what route I'm going to go with the triple packs, but that'll be my final destination, GameStop. Then on the way back, I'm going to swing into Barnes & Noble. Again, there is a 20% off coupon. You can use that. That'll make the strategy guide an even better price, which will then beat Amazon. They were only like 10 cents apart anyway. I'll try to see if I can get that Mask of Power one on Gilgrun. I believe it'll be out. Don't hold me to that. It's like 4:30 in the morning now. But that's the initial plan. Come home. Gonna tear into that Dark Edition starter pack first thing. I am stoked about that one. A lot of people have complained about it. I think it's awesome. It's kind of geared towards collectors, but I'm going to enjoy it. And then probably going to do the 3DS starter pack after that. 3DS game is going to be killer. I can't tell you how awesome that inventory is going to be. I had like a 20-minute conversation with the 3DS guy at the Activision booth. I think me and him were like the 2 people that realized how important that was going to be. He plays it a lot and got to kind of be in on the testing, and kind of sit there and walk people through features and stuff. He plays it with his nephew, I believe, just kind of like I do. And if you're a 3DS person and you really have the games and you played them, that's a huge holdback. It's going to change the way you play Skylanders on the 3DS. Plus all these guys, my Series 1 castaways from SSA, boom. They're on Swap Force. I can tap of a button, Boomer, Wham, Shell, Voodoo, Tornado. Like I said, it's going to be it doesn't catch you initially. Maybe 3DS people would. Some of them still don't seem to think it's a big deal, but it is a huge deal. And it will make the game playable and enjoyable. No more of the, scanning the portal, which was cool, but the issue there is, if you're on the go, you gotta have the little portal with you. You gotta have batteries. You gotta have the figures. Now I do it all on the pool table one time. Set for life. So can't go wrong with that. Then you just have to kind of add them in each time you get a new character, which is cool in and of itself. So I'm gonna really enjoy that one. While that's going on, If my friend from Austin's around, or my nephew maybe over the weekend, I will try to do some co-op play for you. Can't guarantee it'll happen. I'll see. If it does happen, I will warn you, the second installment in that one could be a ways out. Nephew's really big into Minecraft right now, but if possible, I will see if I can talk him into continuing it on with me. So that'll be a lot of fun if I can do that. Of course, I'll be starting in on the playthrough there. I'm going to detail that later because this is a really long video, which is not what I intended. My apologies there, but like I said, pretty cool stuff. If you stuck around this long, you should have some information. Maybe I said something that sparks an idea to make your Sunday launch day easier. Whatever, But that's my initial plans. And of course, basically, while something's editing and uploading, I will be over here unboxing more because there will be a lot to unbox. Then, like I said, Cowboys Redskins, I'm watching that, and of course I'll try to get the videos continuously edited and uploaded throughout the day Sunday. But Sunday night after the game, by gosh, I'll get the rest of the videos uploaded that are ready, and then I am playing SWAP Force with the brand new characters. So maybe during the day Sunday or that night after the game, I'll try to kind of outline what I'm going to do. Don't want to give it away too much because other people might steal my ideas. That's happening quite a bit. But this is what I would do, if there wasn't any time. I think it'll go over pretty well with everyone. Again, I'm kind of different. I don't do the flashy stuff. I kind of stick to the information, give you my honest opinion on stuff. So I think it'll go over okay. But like I said, I am completely swamped. I usually go to bed really late, as you know, but I've been going to bed like 6 or 7 now, and getting 2.5 hours of sleep on a good night for about a week, and that's going to continue. But like I say, once the car show wraps up, the madness of launch day takes care of itself. Come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll kind of start getting back in the swing of things, and once I process all the car show stuff, which probably will take maybe a week or so, focus will be solely on Skylanders SWAP Force like it should be. So pretty excited about that. But like I said, 3 new polls on the blog. That's the second time I've botched that for you. Keep scrolling down, you'll see the Castaways versus Newlanders. Just keep scrolling. You got the 3 after that. Take the time to vote, ahead of time. Don't play the characters and then do it. Go off of the looks if you want to read the bios or watch videos or screenshots on the characters. But don't actually play them and then do it. Just kind of go with it. Everybody's been wrong about a lot of stuff in their life, so, have fun with it, make the most of it, and just be honest. It's not going to hurt anything. Characters I listed out could very well wind up being my least favorites. You never know until you play them, but at this point in time, which we will never have back once we have those characters, that's what I'm sticking to, that's what I'm confident with, just based on the initial looks and aesthetics. I feel content with that. So, main thing, of course, on the polls, just have fun. It's kind of a good way to archive information. Let's see. I think everything else I'll just save for another video. Like I said, my intent was for this to be short, and that did not happen. But that's kind of an update on basically my day 1 plans, blog activity. Got you the 3 closed polls, the 3 new polls. Castaways and Newlanders still going on. Make sure to check that out. But Sunday is going to be a good day. I'm stoked about it. I'm sure you are too. Like I said, that's my strategy. Feel free to post up what you're planning on doing. If you live in one of those areas that has 4 Toys R Us's and they're all open at midnight, you can go ahead and rub it in people's faces. If you live in the middle of nowhere like me and you have to drive hours to get to another Toys R Us, or you simply don't have a Toys R Us in your town, or within a couple of hours drive, feel free to post that up, whatever. It's always good, kind of get different perspectives from within the community. But other thing, I can't stress this enough. If there's one thing I can do for you past, the coupon at Barnes & Nobles, outlining the exclusives and everything like that, launch day, some of the employees are going to know, when they unbox, it's like, oh, here's Countdown, this one looks strange, and they'll pull it, but everyone else, it's a great time. People may not know what it is, they may be in too big of a rush. It's going to be one of your best chances to find a variant. Do I have any inside information? No. Do I know if there are going to be any? No. There's a good chance we should see them. Makes complete sense. I don't know if they'll be out day one, if they're going to come in later waves, but I do know the possibility of it happening is there. And like I said, at this point in time, it's your best chance to actually get out there before a scalper, before employees start holding them back for themselves to hawk on eBay, whatever happens in your local area. There may be a magna charge, it's glittery or something, grab it. If you find something, post up on the blog, hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, here on YouTube. Spread the word. It's awesome. It gives you a chance to actually do something we don't know about. Like I said, I don't know anything. I don't think anyone else knows the stuff. It's mainly just, tied in with, the people that produce the figures. So, like I said, it gives you a very good chance to find a variant. Assuming there are any day one, there may not be. But if there are, like I said, it's not going to be a deal where, Grandma Moses that finances her entire, life and trips to the Bermuda Triangle or whatever she does, comes in and knows, hey, I've got to look for Glitter Sprocket, Glitter Sonic Boom, and Glitter Hothead. She's going to have to actually sit there and go through the pegs and, find something and think, well, is this how it's supposed to look or not? So like I said, you do that and you take that chance and you might get lucky. So, if you do, like I said, let me know. It's something that everyone can root for and cheer and celebrate. And, then everyone else can go and have to deal with trying to beat the scalpers because you found a variant. So, enjoy it. But, I'm rambling. I don't know what time it is. Probably like 4:45 now. I'll try to edit this. Definitely not going to do HD on this one because I needed to get edited and uploaded so I can go to bed. But like I said, SWAP Force is coming out Sunday. Pokemon X and Y Saturday. SWAP Force Sunday, I can't stress that one enough. But like I said, tell me what you're planning on doing. If you're upset about the double pack, if you're stoked about Enchanted Hoot Loop, if you still hate the way that the legendaries are colored, whatever you want to get off or talk about, feel free. Feel free to comment back on other people. But I will leave that here. Like I say, if you need something, quick response from me, go to the blog. I'll have a link to this video. It'll take you right to that post. Generally, I can get to those within a day on the blog. Might be 2 days because of what all I've got going on this weekend, but it's going to be a good time. I'm excited about it. That's why I'm up making this video at 5 a.m. So, again, big thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure to subscribe to stay up with all the latest. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching. And as Chill would say, stay cool.